Grand Final! The Happy Gaming Cup is coming to an end. We have our first map between Team Easy Girl and Genshin Impact, aka C8. And it is All-Track Pass. And I know, a couple of people are immediately looking towards the scoreboard and they're like, wait a second, what's going on here? You said first map, but they have a 1-0 lead. Yeah, pretty simple. Winner bracket system, and there's a winner bracket advantage for the team that made it through the winner bracket into the grand final, and that is Genshin Impact, so they have a 1-0 lead in the best of 7. On the left side, the Chinese-Korean team, where we have Gonda playing Genji, Hyde is playing Brightwing. We got ETC again as the front line, and on top of that also Hogga as on the other side. Muradin gets played together with Dehaka. And we got Kira in the game. Not really a hero that you see a whole lot. I honestly can't remember the last time that I've seen a Kira. Maximum effort on level 1. I mean, immediately the Deadpool reference sticking out, of course. But yeah, Kira. So we got the spin to win in the game. I like it. We're going full Wakanda on this one. So, down to the bottom of the map, we got Kira already soloing it up a little bit. Dehaka is doing the same up at the top. And yeah, it's pretty cool that she makes an appearance in this game. We've seen some real cool picks. We've seen Illidan, we've seen... what I was about to say. Zul had a couple of Deathwings. Now we get a Kira. So, a lot of picks that I didn't really expect to see in this tournament at all. And especially for the grand final, not too bad. So, let's see what they can pull off here with her. If they can get the win in. They got Lucio also for quick rotations. Nobody relying on an Anubarak that could easily cheese the objective a little bit. We've seen that a couple of times in the past too. ETC again going for the proc rock on level 1 here. And Tychus with the grenade build. And of course with Hogga you have somebody that can easily take the camp, and that's immediately what he does. Just spin to win for the first camp, same as being done on the right side with Lucio and with Hanzo, so they're going full Overwatch on this one. Which means that those Gnolls have no chance whatsoever. So yeah, more Overwatch, more win. Unfortunately for the blue team, they only have a single Overwatch hero, so already a little bit difficult. But Tychus gets murdered. Muradin is able to take him down. Okay, so Tychus gets caught a bit off guard here and gets crushed. Unfortunately for him, the Renegade is gone. And in the meantime, we get the Your Pain, My Gain. A little bit cheeky here. The level 4 talent for Kira as top side. We got a little bit more global action. Brightwing against Dehaka. Master Assassin on level 4 for Tychus. Obviously aiming for that passive, as we talked about in the past. And hey, we're getting the Dragon Claw as well. So, Genji is going all damage at this point. And yeah, Lucio is just zipping around them. Lucio on this, I mean, it's a big map, right? So Lucio is really, really strong because he can empower these rotations so quickly. A lot of synergy here for Muradin too. So we currently have... I have actually never seen this particular tint. I am not kidding. I mean, Candy Muradin is somebody that I like to make fun of, and it's not a skin that I personally would run. But as the blue team is losing one hero after another, Hogga and Genji both, I gotta admit that I have never seen the golden Candy King Muradin. Not even once. I did not know this existed. Not a skin that I personally like, and yeah, I mean, again, for me, this is kind of the pedo skin in the game. Muradin just running around offering candy to like Lily and others, has a little bit of a weird touch. So the only thing that could make the entire thing worse if Blizzard would have at any point introduced a windowless white van as a mount for him, but thankfully that's not the case. That would have gone a little bit too far for them, but hey, it's California. So him synergizing that with a mount and also finding the proper tint for that, I mean, kudos. Kudos for the frontliner here. Never really seen that. And even his spray, even the color of the spray is there. Me likey, that is next level. That should give some extra points here for sure. Then we get a cardboard spray. I mean, these boys are on fire, absolutely on fire. I like it. So yeah, either way, we have 3 kills to 0 already as the game starts off, and down at the bottom of the map, Kira is currently just absolutely smoking Hogga. Brightwing has to come in and offer some assistance. So Kira forcing that particular rotation, and C8 is killing it. I mean, let's face it, they were from the get-go one of the favorites in the tournament here. But of course, it was, amongst other teams, Team Easy Girl that was quite ambitious and was hoping to face off against them again in the grand final and take him down. But it is the red team that so far has been running the show. And they've also started to sneak up on the objective and are now buying some time, trying to get towards the first one. So they're halfway done with this. Genji, the Stormbolt! Gonda, he gets saved barely and is able to make it out. Muradin is able to escape as well. But we got a spicy one on our hands. This is a 4 versus 5. Kira isn't here yet and they're still getting a kill. 4 versus 5 and they get the kill. They take Genji down and there we go. Whee! Absolutely love that move. Kira, she's so happy whenever that connects and she just swings around like a happy little girl. Whee! And kills everything. So 5 kills to 0. Already half a level ahead. Seems like C8 is pretty eager to open this one up with a bit of a bang and extend their lead to a 2-0. Now, for the blue team, can they prevent that from happening? Level 10 abilities haven't dropped yet, so it's not too crazy. But the first objective is theirs. So they're taking the Raiders out of Twitter prison. And off we go. They got level 10. And here's the opportunity to take some structures down. Hanzo goes for the arrow, Muradin for the avatar. And yeah, let's get this party rolling. The unrelenting strikes for Kira as she's up at the top. So, not a bad opening. Not bad at all. Red team having quite the impact here early on. And it's party time. Here we go. ETC with the mosh pit. We got also a few more stuns in as Hogger went for the shockwave. And it's a bubble for Lucio. Lucio's gonna bubble it up a little bit. And Kira is pushing very aggressively at the top against Brightwing. Brightwing just doesn't stand a chance here. A little bit of wave clear for sure, but still, this is not gonna go well for them. They might not lose the fort, but they're losing tons and tons of hit points there. Bot lane defense, that one was a lot easier. Hogger did well here against Dehaka, so only the gate has fallen. But up at the top, oh, Kira gets taken out. But talking about taking things out, seems like the fort is going to be taken out after all. They were trying to prevent that from happening, but they were cutting it a little bit too close. So Kira sacrificing herself for the greater good. She drops the fort, and I call worth it. 100%. One early game death against the fort. I mean, for sure you're gonna take that one. So there's the drag. Brightwing is trying to help out, and they still are chasing. They're chasing, and they're going for the kill. Nice! And Gonda made it out, and that lone arrow goes nowhere. And they immediately focus their attention on the boss. So I actually like what they did there. Team Easy Girl with 2 kills. They dropped Kira topside and then they moved down to the bottom of the map to chase down the Haka and take him on too. But look at C8. They're sniffing out what's happening over here and are immediately making a move for it. And the Haka can of course tunnel in. So there's the avatar. Muradin still being killed. And ETC is threatening the mosh pit and going for the potential zone. Yeah, the strikes. Kira! And oh, the Poli! Saving their butt. ETC is dead as well. He went for his ult but could never get value out of it. And now the red team is taking over the boss. Nice. They get the boss. 7 kills to 4. Damn. C8 with a big plays. And in the meantime, the camp that they took earlier is obliterating the mid lane. Well done. So they are pushing now on 2 fronts at the same time. They got level 13, and this is looking very, very good for them. I gotta say, this is pretty sexy what they're currently pulling off here. So they're pushing at the bottom of the map, as you can see. They have done damage in the middle as well, and things are looking very, very good for them. Now, ETC is coming in from the side. Doesn't have the cooldown ready for his ult. Is isolated anyways. And Kira comes in with a big hit and gets the kill. They're getting Tigers too. Genshin impact. They're going like hot butter through cheese here. They're dropping Team Easy Girl where they stand. Kill after kill. Gonda barely makes it out. And yeah, they lose one fort. The top fort has lost. Mid fort could be the next one. Objective is up too. They could go for it as well. Try and get another set of raiders. And that's exactly what they're trying to pull off now. Yeah, not too shabby. Pretty strong opening for Genshin Impact here in the grand final. So they're having to deal with this camp first, but that's not really an issue for them. At least not with Hanzo and with the Haka. And they're also not overcommitting at the objective. They've gotten a lead. They've taken the halftime, so to say. And now they can just fall back. They know that they can threaten this. There is, of course, also the aspect that the Haka can just always outperform on the side lane compared to the global that we have for Team Easy Girl. Brightwing isn't really a great global if your opponent has one too, because she doesn't have the same push power. If ETC goes into a stage dive, then it's a little bit of a different story. But the Haka can now try and get them a bit further ahead in experience. Closer to that level 16. And that's pretty much what he's currently trying to do here. The shots still keep coming. And yeah, the Haka, he is maybe getting a little bit too far out, but he still had his essence, needed to pop it. Bought them a bit of time for the camp to be taken by Hanzo, but they're really committed now. With Tychus popping his ult, going straight for Odin, they are committed to this fight. So they are going for it. They're channeling it through. 16 is close, but not close enough. They have to battle this one out. There's another camp now pushing through the middle of the map and will definitely start to damage this one a bit. But the kill on Kira. Kira is down. So that is a really nice opportunity for the blue team to not only get the objective, but maybe also close that experience gap a little bit further and get closer to level 16 themselves. Seems like they're going to take this one. And maybe another kill? Can they get another one? They're looking for it. But Muradin escapes. They take the objective though. So the objective is taken. While this is happening, the top side is starting to lose some hit points. And I guess they can kiss that fort in the middle of the map goodbye. Unless Genji is somehow able to take the entire thing down. And no, he can't. Not in time. Also means that level 16 is now available for Genshin Impact. And actually chasing them in the middle. So they have the talent lead. But they still need to deal with the objective, which is the annoying part for the red team. But good on Team Easy Girl. So they were able to make that happen thus far. And they were trying to also now get another kill. And then Hanzo kills his brother. The Kinslayer comes in and takes Genji down. Yeah, the ninja got Hanzo'd. And now the unrelenting strikes. And Tychus is dead too. Both of the damage dealers are gone. They're chasing even further, and Brightwing is gonna fall. Brightwing gets murdered. They still have to deal with those raiders, with the cavalry. But considering that this was a big opportunity here for Team Easy Girl, they shut it down very quickly. They got 3 kills in total. They have all the time and space in the world now to deal with the push and the objective. Not a single fort is gonna fall here. So while the entire outer ring of defense for Team Easy Girl has already been obliterated, Genshin Impact is still holding on to every single fort. Which of course also means that they are now in a situation where catapults are continuously spawning. And at the top lane, they are trying to go for the boss very quickly. And that's not going to be contested. The blue team hasn't sniffed this out in time. So I guess by now they are probably expecting something to happen topside. But instead they are going for the middle and are trying to go for the Haka, who they might be able to take down. The Haka is pretty low, and even with Muradin appearing to try and help him out. And a beautiful arrow by Hanzo. You are fucking with me. Alright, he's able to get it. They are able to get the kill. But damn, if he would have survived here, can you imagine? 4-man arrow. Boy, oh boy. The boss is taken, by the way, and they're still pressuring here in the middle of the map. The more time is being bought for the top lane, the better for the red team. But oh my god. Yeah, Kira dies too, so the blue team is a bit on a tear. They're crushing them, and they're finally going to get a fort, but it's a pretty awkward trade if that boss gets value at the top lane. So they need to deal with that too. Here's, by the way, another quick replay. Look at this. The attack, Muradin jumping in, big arrow, and the Haka nearly gets away. It's really just that final hit with the shockwave from Hogger that was able to take him down. If he didn't have that off cooldown, it would have very likely been an escape of the Haka. So Hanzo with a big play. But talking about big plays, they're sacrificing this. They're absolutely sacrificing this. So that top keep is likely going to fall. They're trying to trade in the middle of the map, but death timers are just not high enough for this yet. So yes, this keep takes damage, but not enough. So they essentially trade a fort for a keep. That's pretty much what happened here now. Unfortunate, to say the least. One armor shield removed on the boss over here. That is going to make things quite difficult. 12 kills to 7. Let's not forget that we currently have another objective up on the map that both teams could focus on. 60,000 damage for Hanzo, who hasn't died yet. 56,000 for Tigers. And they're just going for another boss. The boss that they took a second ago was able to net them a keep, and now they're going for the next one. They have vision of Tigers at the bot lane, so they know that nobody's coming, at least not in time. And they claim it. So the blue team is reacting too late. Big issue. Big problem. If another keep is lost and the second armor shield gets removed, then all of a sudden you have an opportunity to go for the boss here. Or go for the core. So you can actually see that quite a lot. If only one of the armor shields is gone, very, very few teams will risk going for the core. With that thing regenerating hit points after a while, it's a massive, massive risk. The damage mitigation is just a little bit too strong. So usually what happens is that the teams are starting to make plays whenever they have two of them removed. And that's what they're playing for, of course, right now. Not only do we have level 20 in the hands of the red team, we now got the house party and the silent killer over here. But in addition to that, the objective should be claimed now. Blue team with their own level 20s, they got the Storm Talons in just another second. But the objective, holding on to that, that's going to be a little bit more difficult. Shockwave gets upgraded, Big Red Button is in. And here's the play, baby. They're going for the kill. Muradin made it out of the fight, though. And the Grunts, or the Footmen, have taken over the camp again. Brightwing with the invisible friends. Yeah, the only kind of friends that Brightwing will ever have. The invisible kind. Friend! Shut up. Only a dead fruit fly is a good fruit fly. So, 12 kills to 7. And the blue team is now, with the help of Odin, trying to take control over here. But the re-engage is already ongoing, and Odin is running out. Slowly but steadily. Muradin, low! Really low! He's still able to make it out. And the big hits coming from Kira, but she finds herself on the receiving end of that beating and goes down first. Lucio! He gets killed as well. So does Dehaka. Damn, son. The blue team, every time their back is to the wall, they are spicing things up and turn up the heat. So now there's a big push coming for the boss, but as I said earlier, with 2 armor shields remaining, not only is the boss going to be able to defeat that by itself, at the same time it also means that they have a huge opportunity to go for the keep down here. So yeah, boss is not going to have any problems. Too much damage mitigation is going to regenerate all of this. And here in the middle, they are not only going for the keep, but they might even go for the core. I mean, they still got 20 seconds left. Bit of a different situation. And the mosh pit is just perfect. What a turnaround in this game. Genshin Impact came out swinging, and now it's a 5-man team wipe that might lead to a victory for the blue team. This is looking really good. Kira back in 5 seconds. The core already down to 50%. Objective has been abandoned completely. They're just going for the core, and they will end this game. The tie in the series as Team Easy Girl wins the map. They take Alterac. Very well done, and a fantastic comeback in the first game of this best of 7 series. GG. Before we head into game number 2, make sure that you subscribe to the channel if you haven't done it yet, so you don't miss out on any future content here on Khaldor TV. Game number 2, Garden of Terror is the map. Easy Girl against Genshin Impact. The blue team able to tie the series, putting a point onto the scoreboard on Alterac Pass. After initially, it really looked like Genshin Impact would walk away with a very easy win, but a nice turnaround from the Korean-Chinese team. Easy Girl able to pull it off. So this time we have Hyde on Stukov, and we also have Gondar in the game. Playing Greymane as over on the side of the Chinese team, coming from the winner bracket. We have this time Anubarak and Blaze at the front. Lots of bursty damage after that. Hanzo can supply another arrow, and Jaina, of course, has all the burst damage in the world to take a target down quickly. Much more aggressive composition from them right now. Good CC as well. So they have Brightwing that can operate against Genji. As she does right now, that's exactly that. But they are the ones turning it on Anubarak, and damn, Genji the first one to fall. But boy, are they going for early game aggression here. Both of the teams committing to the 5v5 brawl, and that's another kill. 1v1 trade for the two teams, each of them walking away with a kill. ETC this time going for the block party on level 1. And that was pretty sexy. First of all, it was Genji that went down, and then Jaina gets punished shortly after. So in the meantime, we have down here at the bottom of the map still a little bit of action happening. Talking about Jaina, I actually did her a little bit of injustice. I talked about the real World of Warcraft lore a bit earlier, and her making the move from Illidan to Malfurion. And apparently it wasn't really Jaina, it was Tyrande, as it turns out, which makes a lot more sense. I mean, she's into owls and has green hair too, so that's more of a match, I'd say. But then I heard, and I'm not sure if this is true, because again, I don't care about World of Warcraft, but I heard that Jaina, not only did she have a thing with Arthas, but then she also went for Varian and later even had a thing with Thrall? Sounds to me like she should be on Team Easy Girls, because damn girl, I mean, she's going all in on those. So, yeah, she definitely likes to have some fun, as it seems. Either way, for now, we got Jaina on the side of the red team, and they're going to try and use her for that burst damage. Now, this is obviously Garden of Terror, so Jaina has a couple of roles to play here. One, fitting with the composition, trying to get the damage in and take targets down quickly. The second would be to help with mercenary camps. Now, she has a lot of AoE, she has very bursty damage here. She can not only do well on the minion waves, but also easily take a camp by herself. So, that's another one. Anubarak jumping out and immediately being followed by Genji. A couple of those interactions is something that we can definitely look forward to throughout the game. I mean, first of all, we have now the camp invaded and taken by Team Easy Girl, so they are doing well here. These boys are coming from the losers bracket, and they want to take C8 down, the Genshin Impact team. On level 4 with the Underking. For now, we got the first seed also up on the map, and of course top side is where the Haka is currently making his place, and yeah, Blaze has to react to all of that. Now it's camp after camp. You have to go for the camps on this map. It's one of the biggest, if not the biggest map in the pool with the most mercenary camps for sure. So the more of those you take quickly, the more pressure applies on lane, and you are getting tons and tons of lane pressure in that then helps you to create a little bit of space around the objective, for example, or just around the push that you can execute properly. But right now, we have ETC checking around the first tribute, or the first seed a little bit, already getting pinged out right here. Whereas in the meantime, Dehaka, he is the one that with the global can easily assist the team if they really need to. But he can already tell how those plays are becoming a bit more important with the macro setup that we have for the blue team. Thanks to them running Dehaka, they can push out one lane and defend, whereas at the same time they're pressuring another lane and they can use Dehaka if it comes to a team fight. Brightwing can't really do the same thing. She doesn't have the same amount of wave clear. So that could definitely be a tool used by Team Easy Girl during the series. Anyways, Anubarak gets bounced around a little bit and was in trouble here for a moment. Even the Haka trying to help out, but him abandoning the top lane also means that Blaze has now the upper hand there and can do some serious damage if he stays long enough. Jaina isolated from the rest of the team, so wedge driven between them, whereas we have Blaze rotating back down to help out with the objective. A little bit too late to the party, most likely. Interrupt still happens. Nice, good timing from Anubarak. Blaze can now come in and supply a second stun. And Blaze himself, of course, with a lot of interrupt potential here too. The drag misses again. That Tong does not hit. And now it's a full-on 5v5 team fight between the two teams. as Genshin Impact is trying to get again the upper hand. They had the initial 1-0 lead, a winner bracket advantage, because they were able to get into the grand final through the winner bracket, didn't lose a single series, but that was negated very quickly by the blue team. So now it's pretty much down to a best of 5 between the two teams. And Jaina seems to be the next one to fall. She gets taken, gets dropped, and all of a sudden there's a chance for the blue team to not only lock in the first seed, but maybe also take that bottom wall down and start to attack the fort itself. Without Jaina, they don't have that poke anymore. Hanzo is still annoying them and is still interrupting them a little bit, but right now I don't think they can get close enough for another interrupt. And I'm wrong! And Nubarak is able to make it. Endless interrupts here by the red team. Maybe now? Finally! Gonda gets it. So, and Genji gets stunned and is barely able to make it out of the fight. But the rest of the team is not quite that lucky. So first Stukov gets completely caught with his pants down here and dropped. And it nearly also cost Greyman his life. He barely escaped. But as things stand, we have at least a seed in the hands of Team Easy Girls. So the blue team, they walked away with that. In addition to it, we have a few camps invaded, as Genshin Impact is trying to capitalize on the 5v4 that they're currently running here. Dehaka is immediately retreated back up to the top lane and is doing his thing in an attempt to push that lane down a little bit further, maybe even get the gate destroyed or a tower. And Jaina and her boys made it back to the next camp. So it's again mercenaries that are being focused on. Level 10 in the hands of the blue team is now giving them, of course, opportunities to fully engage. But that's not really a big window that they can capitalize on. Genshin Impact is getting their own heroic abilities pretty quickly. Gives us again the blink heal. We also have the Dragon's Arrow over here. No big surprises when it comes to any of the talents. And Blaze had to bunker up, buying himself a little bit of time. ETC can always threaten that mosh pit to isolate things further, but they didn't want to burn a cooldown here. For them, honestly, it was worth it just to make sure that Blaze didn't have his bunker available for this any longer. The position of the seed is also fairly good for them. So, well, here we are. We have now Genji slowly making his rotation towards the top. 2 kills against 2, so up to now at least fairly even. Even experience, even kills, channel is happening. Interrupt is also there, but they're still trying to again force them to react, and this time it's working. So it's 2 seeds to 0. They're incredibly close to the first set of Garden Terrors, and it will force the hand of the red team over the next few objectives. So unless they're totally okay to accept Garden Terrors taking some of their forts down, they need to step it up a little bit whenever those seeds spawn and make their move there. Either way, we got another camp taken down at the bottom of the map. Greyman is fantastic, of course, on this one. One of the main reasons why he was also taken in this game. He's not only good when you're trying to go for a single target and drop it quickly, but at the same time he excels at camp clear. And that's something that he can do over and over and over again in their attempt to get control over those lanes. Attempted gank against Dehaka, that one failed, so good for him. Down here, ETC is trying to also annoy them a little bit further, but as the bot lane gets pushed, and that is seriously threatening the first fort, we have another seat now up, and as I said before, the red team has to fight for this one. There's already a channel happening, easy interrupt though. Dehaka is at the top, this one is already a bit low, arrow fully missing, damn that one, woof, baby! I mean, rumor has it, it's still flying. It was about to hit the coast of Florida, so I don't know. That one is just flying and flying. It's like a Duracell battery. It's never gonna stop. So, the bot lane, this is in real trouble. That fort is not gonna last very long. If they want, they can abandon this and just go for the fort itself. Even without it, they might be able to get it, especially if Greyman makes a quick move towards it. But look at Jaina over here. Dehaka coming in from the side, and even with the ult already used, she's in trouble. She is able to make it out, thanks also to Brightwing assisting her. But here's the mosh pit, and it immediately gets interrupted. No chance. Easy interrupt, choke per control there for just a second, but look at that drag. Dehaka moving in for Blaze, and they take him down. And now they are on the move. They're chasing them hard. Little bit of cover provided by Hanzo as he's dropping some arrows, but they want those garden terrors. The blue team, they get another kill. They take a Nubarak down, and here they are. It's garden terror time. Boy, they are stepping it up. Nice, they got the kill. And they win in game number 1, and now they're going for more. The arrow to the face. Hanzo sacrificing his ult for this. Oh my god. And they get 3 kills. Like what? They're even getting another one. 4 kills as they drop Stukov. So yes, you got the garden terrors. Congratulations. But at the same time, you also lost 4 of your heroes, which is really limiting what you can do with this now. What a team fight there. So they get the initial kill against Genji with Hanzo's arrow. Then they follow up with ETC. Stukov has no chance, as you can see. And neither has Greymane. So very nicely done. 6 kills to 4. And what looked like the moment where Team Easy Girl can just go for gold, drop all of these forts and take control of the game, turns, I don't want to say against them, but if we're honest, it's not like those garden terrors did a lot of damage, and the lead in experience now goes to Genji Impact too. Yes, the bot lane fort has been destroyed, but this one was already low to begin with. So all those seeds that were taken earlier by Team Easy Girl have meant absolutely nothing now. Another quick hit is coming in. Yeah, they're trying to go quickly for hello, and down goes again Greymane. Once again, it's Hanzo with another arrow. They're just crushing them in these fights now, and they're forcing the battle even further, as with a lurking arm and another stun, they're putting pressure on Genji. He is able to jump out. The problem is that ETC is not so lucky. So ETC is dead, he gets eliminated, and things aren't really looking too good all of a sudden for the blue team. Now they get some pressure here with those siege giants at the bottom of the map, but since 2 heroes are now down, Team Easy Girl is starting to lose also some of the camps that get invaded by Genshin Impact. In addition to that, they are pulling ahead further and further in experience, meaning they are currently on level 16, or at least they're about to hit it. So they can do some work here. There's still the Haka factor to consider. Him pushing out the side lane is going to allow them to get a bit more experience, so that's pretty good for them. We'll see what they can do with this. Right now, obviously, we have just camp after camp again being focused on, but another seed is up for grabs. This talent advantage, I mean, it is so small, so slim. With 1 or 2 interrupts, you can easily go for an even talent battle. So I don't think this is really going to play a role here. At least it shouldn't, but the position is at least good for them. But is there even going to be an interrupt? I don't think they're making a move for it. The position isn't really great, so they just let it go. It's only the first seed anyways, so one that you can easily give up, and that's exactly what they're doing here. But yeah, here we are. We get 16 versus 16. We have a bot lane pressure play with one of the camps plus catapults now pushing towards Genshin Impact. They still need to take structures down, and it would really help if they could get another kill or 2, and that's what they're trying to do up at the top. The Haka could always help out. Is already threatening it right here. Arrow is out. The Haka says hello. Isolation is in. They go for a Nubarak. Good slide. And that is... Oh yeah, that's a kill. That would have been the escape of the year if you would have gotten out there. Not only do they get the Nubarak, but they're also taking down Hanzo. So 6 kills to 8. Blue team is back. This series is pretty awesome. Just continuously back-to-back action, and it seems that Team Easy Girl has recovered from that setback earlier. They take another fort down, and that means that 2 forts have now been eliminated, and the one in the middle of the map have already taken some damage. So, more pressure at the top. With only 3 defenders, that's pretty easy to facilitate here. They're escorting the siege giants in and allowing them to do some work. Stukov, played by Hyde, can of course also assist a bit further by zoning them out with a good lurking arm. And the Haka is still moving between lanes to ensure that they're getting the experience and they're making their plays here. So they go for the next camp, try to steal another one away, and it's all of a sudden Genshin Impact again that is struggling. Really nice back and forth between the 2 teams. So if the red team doesn't step it up, then maybe Team Easy Girl has a chance to go for another set of Garden Terrors. But there's the arrow. They're really threatening Gonda, but it was not enough this time with Hanzo's arrow. Instead, Nubarak is dead again. Another kill against the frontliner. They can't get a second one. Instead, it's ETC who is all of a sudden in trouble, and he dies too, so both of the frontliners are gone, and Blaze gets away. Oh boy, some spicy team fights now. 7 kills to 9. And, well, we got 38,000 damage for Genji, 57,000 for Hanzo. The Shimada brothers going ham in the damage department here. Yeah, but we have another seat up on the map, and since both of the teams have taken 1 each, this means that this one is going to give the lead to one of them, and will force the other team to react over the next objective. Currently, nobody's really doing anything around the Haka, and that worries me a little bit, because if he gets stunned now, he could actually fall here. Jaina's now also slowly starting to move up towards the top, and yep, there's the stun, and the Haka's dead. The Haka is down. So they were really doing this well, playing with vision a little bit, making sure that they're setting a trap for him while not exposing themselves. Boy, what an arrow! That one was also sexy. That's a problem for Stukov. And with problem, I mean that he is going to die here. There is no chance for him to get out of this. So just as it seemed that the blue team might pull ahead, they're losing 3 heroes in total. 12 kills to 7. And now they have map control. They've also taken that seat. So 2 seats to 1. They can take a fort down in the middle. They have level 20 talents first, meaning the fortified bunker is in, the invisible friends. And there's a big opportunity now for them to get Garden Terrors. And these are gonna hurt a little bit more. Trader King also for Nubarak had some survivability issues earlier. So going for the Trader King here should definitely help him to survive through all of this a little bit further. And once that you make it through the initial burst, you're gonna have a much easier time as a Nubarak in these situations. So as both teams have level 20 talents, it's still a 5 versus 3 on the map, meaning we're gonna see Garden Terrors for Genshin Impact. There's no way of stopping this. This is just not happening. So they get an easy channel over here. More camps are also being claimed. And this is the big opportunity for the red team to at least draw even or even pull ahead in structures with this. So pretty curious if Team Easy Girl is able to now stop this, because it will be a little bit of a challenge, especially with that push at the top. You not only have a camp, but you also have the Garden Terror. They're pushing through the middle now as well in an attempt to not only make sure those 2 forts are exposed, but also try and take a keep down. So this is pretty good news for the red team. How deep can they go with this though? Nice pressure also against the Garden Terror by the blue team. But are those stuns hitting? They're going for ETC. No more Spitchers yet. He tries to go for it. Maybe. Nope. Yes, there it is. ETC still dies. And Nubarak survives. 5 versus 4. Top fort about to fall. Another kill as the Haka is dead too. And that is a big chance now for Genshin Impact to slowly siege up on this keep. Oh, but Genji! Swift strike! He tried for the second kill and couldn't get it. He makes it out, but killing Blaze here slowed down the aggression for sure. Nice! Really well done. Up at the top, easy time dropping that gate. The fort has obviously fallen previously, but with only 3 defenders, maybe a chance to get a bit more out of this. Brightwing nearly dying, barely made it out. But I gotta give some credit here to the blue team. So yes, the red team walked away with 2 keeps exposed, 2 forts destroyed, but at the same time, the defense was solid, especially after losing ETC and the Haka. They got a kill on Blaze, they heavily threatened Brightwing, and they were able to survive. They didn't lose a keep in the middle. They're not exposed to any potential push for the game itself. So they have another chance of fighting back here. And that wasn't really easy. After losing the entire front line, if they would have lost one of the damage dealers too, that would have been the end of the game. Or at least the end of the keep in the middle of the map, and maybe even another keep at the top. So as it stands, it's 1 fort for each team. They're more or less dead even, but the kill count heavily in favor of the red team right now. Experience gain, just to give you guys a bit of an idea. Massive difference here. 14,000 in heroes, but a lead in mercenary experience for the blue team. Same is also true for the minion XP, even though it's a little bit less there. Still 3,000 structurally through passive experience. So, yeah, the blue team overall did fairly well. It's really those team fights that absolutely screwed them. And you can see the impact that the Haka had for sure. All these side lane moves that he made while the rest of the team was fighting definitely paid off for them. Now it's 720 versus 20 talents, and we have another seat up at the top, and they're going for the trap. They're trying to trap this up a bit, and this could work if, well, they were hoping that they're coming in from a different angle, I suppose, and then use ETC in particular and get the Haka into the fight, but that didn't really work out. So yeah, they're anticipating the Haka to come in from behind. Isolation is being used and hits 3 targets. Turnaround is happening though. Bunker is up. ETC gets Cocoon as they're making the play for Greymane, and the stun is perfect. The stun is there, Genji down, Greymane down, and boy is that bad news for Team Easy Girl. They're in real trouble now. This is the 5-man push through the middle of the map to try and take the keep, and if they can get another kill, they will make a move for the core itself. The stun is there against Stukov. He has to move out. Core gets attacked, and this is maybe the end of ETC. The arrow is there. Hanzo drops him. Jaina having such a huge impact with the numbing blast here. Time and time again, she's the one facilitating kills for the team, really helping them to set them up. And now it's a play for the lead in this best-of-7 series. They go for the core. The Haka, he is trying to get away here, but gets dropped by Jaina. She's currently sitting at 53,000 damage. Hanzo is at 99,000, trying to get into the 6-digit club and barely makes it. There's the 100k. 19 kills to 8, and Genshin Impact takes the lead in the grand final. Nicely done, and a well-deserved victory on Garden of Terror. Dragonshire, the next map in the series. The best of 7 continues. The score is a 2-1 lead for Genshin Impact as they just locked in a victory on Garden of Terror. Nice back and forth between the two teams though. We have Team Easy Girl now on the left side. Once again, a Chinese-Korean team with Gonda, one of the Korean players playing Genji. We got Hyde on Brightwing, the 2 Koreans on the blue team side. And over to the right, we get a Thrall. So, triple frontline this time with Murden, Hogger, and Thrall. A War Chief in the house. So, ooh, and we get also the charge strikes here on level 1. But, off we go. Thrall this time on level 1 going to the Trolling Thunder. We have Anubarak starting things off with the Legion of Beetles at the same time. And this is a map that we are not seeing all that often these days. So I'm actually a little bit curious to see how this is going to work out now, because this is one of the maps where you have to have the most control of the map to take the objective. You have to hold 2 shrines, and then you have to also have control over the middle. Oftentimes that leads to team fights being super important. You need to take a couple of heroes down before you can do anything. But yeah, top side. You have rotational power with the Haka on the other hand, so this is something that the blue team has already done a couple of times now in these games. They are the ones that are playing with the globals, and they have now access to both Brightwing and the Haka. But they are also struggling a little bit with Cassia. Yeah, Brightwing is coming in to help out. They're turning it. They're going for Rhaegar, and they take him. Rhaegar is dead. Easy kill right there. Nicely done. It was all a bait. Yeah. Cassia with the Master Beta play lures them in, and then they turn it on Rhaegar, and the little doggy doesn't stand a chance as Genji is taking him on. Up at the top, now that they're invading... Well, actually, are they fighting for this one? Nah. This gets stolen away. Good stun from Anubarak. Well played. Up at the top, though, it's a 1v1 between the Haka and Hogger. Now that we also have the the shrines up, so they're taking immediate control over the bottom of the map here. And the push continues. First blood for Team Easy Girl. They would love nothing more than tie the series again. So let's see if they can do that. And yeah, in the meantime, We're having top side. Dehaka taking initial control, but he has to give this up now. At the bottom of the map, though, we are still seeing camps taken, so it's a bit of a lead for the red team. They are very diligent around this. It's especially reminding me of the game that we played initially on All Direct Pass. So on that map, they went for the boss multiple times and did that a ton. And they love to sneak these quick camps in. Even on the last map, Garden of Terror, whenever they got a kill, their first instinct was always to steal one of the mercenary camps of the opponent away. And they've done very well with that strategy. So we'll see if they can continuously do that in this game now too, or if Team Easy Girl is starting to contest some of those. Because they are oftentimes missing out on that, but with 2 globals in their hands, they have an easy time reacting to any kind of move that Genshin Impact makes on the map itself. So rotationally, they should have an edge here. Level 4, we're getting the bed of barbs, so a little bit more zone control as well. Camp over on the right side, gets sniffed out that they're going for it, and it seems really that Team Easy Girl is this time trying to force it here. I like that. They know that there's multiple heroes at the bottom of the map, and now they are the ones moving in immediately to take this away. Really cool move, but they also have to be careful that nobody sneaks the Dragonite, and Thrall was thinking about it for just a second. But they had 2 heroes at the bot lane, they knew about it, they saw that the cap was taken, so Genshin Impact spread themselves a little bit thin there, and it got exploited by the blue team. I really, really like that move. It was the perfect answer to that push. And now we have the fort taking damage. Nicely done. Battle in the middle of the map. Obviously, they stole the cap, but they still had to give up both of the shrines, so there was a lot of pressure in the middle. Now we have level 7, they also have a lead on talents. Genji already rotated down and took the shrine very quickly. And all the way up at the top, yeah, we got the Dehaka trying to take this back to Surge of Light and the Plate of the Whale. So we get, I don't know, standard Cassia build here, but going all in at this point on avoidance. I mean, we've seen this build before, it's not really anything new. Go green, pretty much. Now with the Ancestral Wrath, also a little bit of a nuke available for Thrall that he could use against that front line, and of course self-sustain that comes with it. But the pressure at the bottom of the map continues. I like the way that they're using those globals right now. So they're really attempting to threaten them as best they can. They have a half-level lead now. Dehaka and Brightwing definitely playing a big role there. We haven't seen an objective yet, but only 4.5 minutes into the game. It's more so the red team that is threatening it by controlling multiple shrines at a time. But it's not really a big deal for Team Easy Girl. As I said, they have 2 globals, so worst case scenario, they just have to commit to one of the shrines and take it back, and they could always try and do that. So it will be very difficult for Genshin Impact to get a Dragon Knight unless they can get some kills. And talking about kills, they were trying to go for Genji down at the bot lane. That didn't quite work out, so he made it out. Going full pleb horse here on us, by the way. Still that synergy with Muradin, so that is still something that amazes me a bit. Even the spray is coordinated. Now with Thrall, we have, well, we have on for him more CC for them, and well, talk about CC. They're CCing Muradin very nicely. No chance for him. The dwarf goes down, and that is another kill for the blue team. That's the second one in total, and of course it extends the lead and experience further, helping them to get to an early level 10, and this could be the first moment where we might see a Dragonite here. Yeah, Holger is trying to prevent it. Thrall is coming in to do the same. We now got the Valkyrie in. They're already fighting down at the bottom of the map a little bit further. Brightwing comes in, and they're trying to go for a kill on Genji, which is not really working out. That Brightwing is incredibly low. They gotta be super careful here. Dehaka wants to go for a bite, but it's a Nuburak that assists Brightwing, and it gets immediately focused by Muradin. The doggy, on the other hand, is also in trouble, and it's kill number 3 for Team Easy Girl. At least this time they're getting a counter. Both of the supports are gone, and oh, the 2 Shimada brothers are also dead. The entire family is getting wiped over here. Hanzo down, Genji down, it is a bloodbath. They go for Cassia, and she's dead too. 4 kills to 3. Team Genshin Impact is coming back with a vengeance here. They still have to hop Muradin out of the fight, but it gives a lot of space and time to Hogga at the top to do some structural damage and start pressuring that forward. So yeah, the series, we got a game on our hands, for sure. The entire series was a continuous back and forth, and apparently Dragonshire is not going to be an exception to this rule. We still have them played out at the bottom of the map. Sundering for Thrall with another stun can, of course, set them up. You just got to be very careful that they properly coordinate Hanzo and Thrall's ults. If you can coordinate them well, you can go for some amazing combos. If you just YOLO them out, then you will oftentimes see Thrall just parting the opponent's team and a lone arrow rolling through the middle. So they need to make sure that they're definitely on the same page here. Now Genji completes his level 4 quest. Oh, and talking about completing things. Yeah, he nearly got completed there too. They're definitely committing to these battles now. I mean, damn son. We had the early game at times a little bit easy, nobody going too ham, but now all of a sudden it is just a massive clash between the two of them here. Mirrodin nearly dying, he's about to have his avatar back, another arrow from Hanzo as they're trying to go for the next quick attack, and already good old Rhaegar with an Ancestral to save the day. But it's all about control. They want the first objective and everybody's just like fighting it out. It's an endless team fight right now. At the top, still a 1 versus 1. Yaga could have gone down to the bottom. He's now starting to rotate a little bit and he's joining the fun. But he might be a bit too late. No, it's just in time. Avatar is used at Mirrodin. He dies. Dies to Genji. But it is again Hogger that now has time at the top to go for structure pressure. And that's exactly where we see him. So he's taking another wave down, trying to escort the minions over towards the fort. They have taken control over the bottom shrine. Genji is making a play for it. 13 to 13, but they are taking damage as mentioned before on that fort. As the blue team is also trying to invade the next camp. They're coming in here, using a Valkyrie, trying to get those siege giants, and it's just not working out for them. Genji dying at the top against Hogger. He has the Hakan, he's still dying. And down here it's Nubarak that falls. What the hell? The arrow, whoop, completely gone. But at the top, it's ridiculous. I mean, seriously? Hogger with a kill, then another one dying at the bottom of the map. All of a sudden it's 5 kills to 5, and they might just get the Dragon Knight, the first one in the game. And they're taking even more structures down. The tower falls first. Thrall gets the Dragon Knight. Boy, oh boy. Momentum, baby. Yes, they are going for the mid and the bot lane at the same time, and they also have Hogger attack the top. So it's pretty much 3 lanes that are now under attack by Genshin Impact. They're trying to get as much structural damage as possible. Rhaegar with the Ancestral, keeping Hanzo alive. Mirrodin in trouble, popping Avatar again. And as all of this plays out, there's the ass kicking on Nubarak. Genji, oh, he followed Hanzo. He wants to kill Rhaegar. Make sure that doesn't happen. And Nubarak gets it, but he dies too. What an insane fiesta all of a sudden. All over the place. The Dragon Knight still with a bit more value at the top. They're going for the fort here. But look at this fight. Genji, he wanted the kill. He thought he could get the kill and he couldn't. Couldn't get the reset, and then it's Hanzo that dies, killed by Nubarak, who sacrifices himself. A 2-for-1 trade. Level 60 talents are in. Down here, Brightwing gets attacked and nearly dies. Mirrodin would love to get a connect, but doesn't. And this game is just all over the place all of a sudden. Thrall is coming back out. Sundering the lock on Cassia. Brightwing with the save. It doesn't stop. The arrow of death! The arrow of death from the other side of the map. Hanzo with a long distance, but they are the ones that are losing a hero. A 16 talent advantage for Genshin Impact. They still lose the battle. The fort is still standing. It's insane. They lose both. They lose both of the frontliners. Even Thrall is now under threat, and he dies too. At least they got Brightwing, but boy, oh boy, what are these fights? They are all over the place. 9 kills to 8, 16 to 16. This is a meme. Another fort will fall soon, and they are now trying to go for the next camp here. But damn, we are 11 minutes into this game, 17 kills, 45,000 damage for Cassia. She's the top dog in this one, and Hogger, he's at 40,000. The only hero that hasn't died yet in this game is Dehaka. He's the only one. Everybody else has at least died once. A couple of the boys have already died 3 times. We're back with a 5 versus 5 on the map. Blue team is trying to recover. They lost a lot, of course. They lost the objective. They lost the fort at the top. They lost nearly... I mean, they nearly lost the fort in the middle. Once the Dehaka can go for a little bit of a drive-by, he's definitely going to take it with him. And they are hoping to take some structures out on the red team side now, too. So they're coming in here with a place, and it's Dehaka that dies. Well, so much for not having died in this game, right? The arrow is out. Here comes the fort. That one gets destroyed. We got the Hogger flanked, but they're losing Hanzo first. That Ancestral was too late. No value. The blue team is also struggling, though. Brightwing in particular is in a really bad spot, and they want the Fruit Fly. They're coming in for Trashwing, but thanks to another Blink heal, Brightwing gets out, but there are no heals to save Cassia. They're still attempting to get a follow-up kill, and with the Stormbolt connecting on an Uberak, there is absolutely no way for them to save him. So now with 2... Well, they could actually... There's 3 heroes down. They could actually go for another objective, maybe. 10 kills to 11. 21 kills in this game. Hogger is not gonna let that bottom fort survive. And they can easily come now through the middle and take another one down. Yeah, no problem whatsoever. And they get another Dragonite. All the forts destroyed and another DK. Big moment for Genshin Impact. The former C8 team, they are looking great. They've taken out every single fort. They only lost one themselves. Again, they're ahead by half a level. Team Easy Girl, they need to make another comeback moment happen. They did it earlier. They were behind. They struggled. They got their kills. And then they pushed the momentum. They did well. But now they're again on the back foot. Once more. Hogger pushing through the middle. Dragonite down at the bottom of the map. Unlikely that they're going to get a keep here. It's too early in the game. Not scaling well enough yet, but they're opening up opportunities for later on by destroying those gates. Or at least the one at the bottom of the map. Now, Dehaka is already at the top. His only job right now is to get experience for them. If there was a real big battle at the bottom of the map, he would have retreated, could have globaled in. But his job is to try and get them a bit closer to level 20 to make sure that this window that will soon open up for Genshin Impact is not too big. So, Hogger is back to business at the top now too. Trying to make his play to get them to 20. And they're going to get it now. So yep, level 20 is in. They would love to force that fight. Blue team was tempted. They were really tempted to go for Thrall here as the Dragonite expired. But now we got the rewind in, the Farseer's Blessing, the no control for Hogger, camps forced again, but thanks to Dehaka. Oh, baby! What a coordinated attack! Didn't quite work out for them though. But at least they keep Thrall alive and the teamfight is still raging on, but I love how they played this out, actually pushing Cassia into the arrow. Now, Hogger with a no control, another stun follow-up. They get the Haka and they get an Uberak. They go for the triple. Damn. And it all started with this play here. Check this one out. Take a good look at Cassia and how she gets bounced around here. Arrow and bam! Everything on her. She survived it. They kept her alive. But then 3 heroes die half a second later. Now the keep is gone. Do they dare to go for the core? Why wouldn't they? It's 40 seconds. They can at least do something. Oh my god. They burn Genji down within half a second. That is bad news. And it is very likely going to be the 3-1 for Genshin Impact against Team Easy Girl here. They take Dragonshire. They claim the victory. 15 kills to 10. And another victory for the red team. Nicely done. And we got match point. Easy Girl against Genshin Impact. And it is the first match point for the red team. Team Easy Girl having a tough time here. They need to win 3 in a row now if they want to take the grand final and not end up second place. And this time they're relying on Gonda on Maiev. We got Blaze and Nubarak up at the front. So once again, a very aggressive lineup that they're running here, with Tigers being the main damage dealer now for the team. Genshin Impact, on the other hand, once again with Muradin. We also have Hoga and Urel, so they're also going for a triple frontline with Greymane and Stukov rounding out the draft. And we are on Hanamura for our, well, first match between these two teams here at the Happy Gaming Cup to commemorate the shutdown of the Chinese servers. This time also, when it comes to Mount and the meta game with C8, we currently have a little bit of a ghost story going on Muradin. And more importantly, in regards to the builds that we are running, we have on level 1 the dash for Tigers. So a couple of adjustments already being made here as the teams are starting to center onto the lanes in an attempt to get the upper hand here. And it has been a continuous back and forth between the two of them. I mean, time and time again throughout this entire series, Team Easy Girl and Genshin Impact, the former C8 team, just going blow for blow, and it starts again on this map here on Hanamura as Tigers goes down. Greymane coming in and ripping him apart. And Nubarak barely escaping, just gets the cooldown back as Muradin moves in from the side with the Storm Bolt to end his life. So really nice opening here. Once more, Genshin Impact with a bit of a lead. They got the first blood in the game. And of course, now that the Sentinels have also spawned, both of the teams should pretty quickly start to rotate over and try to get the camps. As it turns out though, Genshin Impact, completely in line with what we've seen so far in this match. They are not going for a passive move to take their own Sentinel. Instead, they are going on the offensive. But they are not able to lock it in. They get the kill though. Rhaegar goes down, the Sentinel is taken, Urel is jumping in too. It's a 5 versus 4 right now in favor of Genshin Impact as the blue team is still attempting to get a counter kill here. They have the Sentinel, a good opening for them, but Hoga comes in with the damage and they're going for Gonda. Maiev falls. Greymane also dead, but the dying isn't over yet. We have another 2 dying as Tigers and Blaze both bite the dust. Not a good day to be a StarCraft character. Both of them fall, and that obviously is now setting up Genshin Impact in this game with a bit of a lead here. They lock in the early level 4. Still got to deal with the Sentinel at the bottom of the map, who is obviously starting to heavily chunk down those structures. But at least in experience, the red team has now taken a bit of a lead that they could try and build on. It's an entire level, and they're also running a talent advantage for a couple of seconds. They're not able to immediately capitalize on it, but obviously if they can hold on to that, they will also benefit from it during level 7 and maybe even level 10. So things are pretty interesting right from the get-go. We're only 2.5 minutes in, lots of action already in the game. Level 4, the Master Assassin coming in here for Tigers. As now with 5 kills to 1, Genshin Impact just continues to roam through their own camps. But they have already signaled that they are very willing to be aggressive here. And honestly, I like the decision making very much. You are in a 3-1 lead in a best of 7, so you can absolutely afford to be a bit more aggressive than usual. You don't have to play it safe. You can take some risks, and even if it ends up with you losing a game, you still have plenty of wriggle room here. So them being in a 3-1 gives them enormous options now throughout the series. Match point number 1, they clearly decided they wanted to play it even more aggressive than in previous games, and so far it's been working out for them. 5 kills to 1, they are closing in on level 7, and this time they could try and capitalize on the talent advantage that they've been running. Now we have the payload obviously on the map as well. The teams haven't really started to focus on it too heavily just yet. But we have Muradin hopping out, getting a bit of assistance though, so this could become a problem for Tigers, but he makes it out in time. Hoga, on the other hand, says no, jumps in and stops him together with Urel just to get another kill on the damage dealer. Well done. And Stukov with another lurking arm is also putting Blaze into a real awkward spot here. And Blaze, despite the jet propulsion stun, can't make it. The level 7 talents obviously kicking in as well, and boy oh boy is Genshin Impact on a roll right now. 7 kills to 1, They nearly hold on to a level lead just as we have Team Easy Girl pick up their own level 7 talents, but the damage at the top lane has been done. The wall is gone, the payload gets escorted through, and the rest of the team is once again invading on the Sentinel. And for Easy Girl, it's a bit of an awkward position because they obviously don't want to lose this camp. It's way too important, but they also didn't have enough heroes over. Now it's a 5 versus 5 with both teams rotated the remaining forces in. The payload has not been delivered. Tigers dies again. He's been the punching bag of this match so far. 4 deaths on Tigers. Gonda doing his best to try and facilitate a counter kill, which doesn't help. Sentinel has been taken, and they're already starting to chase Blaze again. They're absolutely ruthless. Genshin Impact in this early game goes through Team Easy Girl like hot butter through cheese. They are just melting them away. And in the meantime, Rhaegar's at least trying to push the payload a little bit farther up, but of course the map currently belongs to the red team as they are moving towards the top lane, trying to take down the first fort. And guys, look how close they are to level 10. They are in such an incredible position here. It is insane. They are spreading themselves a little bit thin as we have Greymane now coming in for their own Sentinel camp, and Hogger trying to not only control the experience at the bottom of the map, but also escort the payload over a bit closer to the first turn-in. But they are in absolute control here. And with level 10, they now have also the opportunity to be even more aggressive than they were already. And it is a massive lead. We're talking 1.5 levels nearly. So this is where they can go for forward, maybe for the wall here. They're escorting the payload in. Timing could have been a little bit better, honestly, as they rotated towards the wall either way. They wasted quite a lot of shots of this payload for a wall that they would have destroyed one way or another. But we still have the Sentinel pushing through the top lane. Shots are being fired at the bottom. They should be able to get pretty much 2 forts here. The Sentinel at the top absolutely chunking this down, and the rest of the team could now force the issue at the bot lane, which I believe they're soon going to do. So Team Easy Girl is about to lose the entire outer ring of defense here. We have level 11 already on the board, and with 9 kills, another aggressive move here for Genshin Impact as they're looking to capitalize on these ults a little bit further even. Easy Girl desperately trying to soak the experience. Blaze at the top lane going up against Urel, who obviously already took down the 4 top side. But it is really up to Team Easy Girl to try and get the experience, lock in their own heroic abilities, and then hopefully turn this around and go for the battle, force a fight, maybe around another Sentinel camp, and then show Genshin Impact what they're made of. And to be fair, I mean, this has been a very, very one-sided early game, but then again, we had a lot of back-and-forth matches already in this series and in the tournament. So Easy Girl has shown multiple times that they're able to turn this around. The drill on level 10 for Tigers as they are coming in here, and they're drilling deep. They're drilling Stukov into the ground, and he dies first. No support left, but Tigers! And he dies again. Honestly, when you think about it, drill was a fantastic choice here, since Tigers is dying time and time again within seconds of the fight. At least the drill gets a little bit of value while he's already gone. Not really a talent that I would usually recommend, but in this particular context, it's kind of funny. Turret's also playing a bit of a role in the battle here. We have Rhaegar and Tigers both eliminated. 2 kills to 11 in total. And, well, you guessed it already, the Sentinel camp is again being fought over. Both of the teams are getting ready for another battle. And Nubarak is the only one, by the way, on the blue team that hasn't died yet. Tigers has already dropped 5 times in this game. Once again, the action spicing up around the Sentinel camp. Massively important for both teams here. And as I said before, Genshin Impact, they want to fight. And you guessed it already. It is again Tigers who dies first. He's having a really, really hard time. The entire team is jumping on him. There's obviously also a Horda pull that would allow Genshin Impact to be even more aggressive around it. Tigers, he's gone. They're seeing Blaze fall as well. Another double kill, and that also leads to a level 13 talent advantage for Genshin Impact. Nubarak, the bug got wrecked. He's down too. And it is hunting season for Sentinels. Genshin Impact moving in again to get another Sentinel, and they could go to the bot lane with it. Try and push here, but they let it do its thing and split onto the map for even more camps. And just to give you a little bit of an idea, so you can see how much of a difference that makes, let's ignore for just the fact how much map control you get by taking these camps time and time again, how much of advantage it gives you with these turrets that are being claimed, and how much structural damage has been done by Sentinels that they're able to take. Look at the experience alone on Mercenaries. 3,000 to 6,000. They are doubling the XP gained by Mercenary camps. That's how much they've been controlling the entire game thus far. It is ridiculous. And the story continues with another objective taken. Horda pulled. Hogga! He wants to go for it. The Stormbolt connects to, but they can't do anything here just yet. The problem is that Tigers falls again. Oh, it's getting ridiculous. He's having such a bad game all of a sudden. And this is match point. This is where Genshin Impact could take it all. Maybe Easy Girl's spirit was broken earlier, but now with the shots fired and the keep exposed, they could go for the top lane. 15 kills to 2 already. They're getting a little bit cocky on the other hand, fighting underneath the keep, and they get punished right away. They're losing Hogger, and now they have to retreat. Were not able to take down the keep itself. And of course, Team Easy Girl is still trying to push, but the turnaround attempt here for just a second. Urel is coming in. Gonda, on the other hand, he takes the opportunity and goes for Urel with another quick tether. The disc is out, and they are gonna stop the Space Gold. Finally, another kill for the blue team. They're 2 levels behind, and they know they cannot play it safe anymore. If you get a kill at this point in the game, you got to be aggressive. You got to try and build on it. You got to try and invade your opponent, and this is what they're currently trying to do. They go for the Sentinel, double check real quickly if Genshin Impact is maybe trying to grab it, and then fall back to go onto the lanes, push them out, get experience, try and close the gap, and go straight up for the recon camp. But Mirrodin is already in. We got level 16 now. Here comes the disc. They take the camp, they claim it, but the fight is not over just yet. Everybody is moving in once more. Here comes the lurking arm. Avatar used by Mirrodin as the dwarf is trying to go ham here. Big slaps coming in from Stukov as he's trying to push them back. They're retreating already. Hogger in trouble, trying to escape here. Urel on her way. She's moving in too with a big choo-choo. Tigers falls once more. He is getting absolutely hammered in this game, figuratively and literally. Mirrodin with one Stormbolt after another, shutting him down and opening up for direct damage. Now we have him on 8 deaths. He's going for the double digits here. Rhaegar with a solidarity death here apparently. Well, if Tigers is not alive, I don't want to live anymore either. So 17 kills, 2-5, 41,000 damage for Greymane, by the way. The funny thing is that in numbers alone, Maiev is now at 37,000, even eclipsing Tigers, who's more or less spending more time dead than alive. And another Sentinel camp gets claimed by Genshin Impact. Boy, these guys are on a roll right now. I mean, a lot of the previous maps that we saw, they were very back and forth, and on most of them, Genshin Impact turned out to be victorious, but a lot of these games could have also ended the way of the blue team. But right now, Easy Girl is really struggling. They had a very good run in the tournament, but let's not forget that Genshin Impact came through the winner's bracket. They had the advantage in the best of 7 series with a 1-0 because they were never dropped into the lower half of the bracket, and now they are just once again showing why from the beginning they were one of the favorites to make it to the grand final and take this tournament. Easy Girl is doing what they can here. We have the 2 Koreans fighting for them. Hide on Stukov this time, and as mentioned before, Gonda rocking Maiev. But the first thing that they need is they need level 16, and they don't have it. They're trying to stop that payload. They're trying to buy a little bit more time, but it's just not enough. They can't prevent it from being escorted in. The shots are being fired down to the bot lane. Now they are about to hit level 16. And then finally, we're going to have Team Easy Girl once again in a position where they might just be able to do a bit of work here. Bottom keep is already gone, so that's more bad news for the blue team. They haven't taken a single structure down yet on the other side of the map, but they now lost their first keep. Now we at least have level 16, so the sizzling attacks are now in, and even more important, the epicenter. for Nubarak was now picked up, so if they want to engage into a fight, they can definitely do that. They're already trying to go for the cocoon play up at the top. And technically speaking, with those cocoons and even popping the drill, really trying to burn the target down as quickly as possible so that the red team can't rotate in. But even with that, they're too late. Holger dies though. The red team finally able to fight it out at the top and try and assist Urel, but it costs them one of their side laners. Holger is dead. Gonda looking for another tether, and immediately Greymane reacts, just poking him down a bit, and Tigers, no, he's again in trouble, makes it out for now, but Greymane ripping him apart and coming in with a kill against Blaze as well. 19 kills to 6. Half a level away from level 20. They go for the Sentinel again at the bottom of the map. Could have pushed it towards the keep, I suppose, but it's a 4 versus 3. They lost Holger, so they're waiting for him now, trying to set this up against the opponent's core. And boy, oh boy, what a game and what a show of strength thus far from Team Genshin Impact. EasyGirl is not giving up on the other hand. It's gonna be a very rough road ahead though, because with 3 levels that they need to bridge, well, let's make it 2.5, they are going to face off against level 20 tons for a long time, and Rega gets wrecked. He gets caught at the top lane as they are jumping in. The mobility that we have with Heroes of Mirrodin and Urel's statue is just a little bit too much for them. They're jumping in time and time again, and they're absolutely crushing it here. Holger is now coming through, and they're immediately going for Nubarak, and they are crushing him. The level 20 talents are there, and Genshin Impact should be on their way to victory. With only 3 defenders, things are looking grim for Team EasyGirl. The Stormbolt misses, they're desperately trying to defend, but this, ladies and gentlemen, looks to be it. We have Genshin Impact winning the last tournament on the Chinese server. They decide the Happy Gaming Cup in their favor with a 4-1 victory in the best of 7 grand final. Congratulations. Thank you everybody for watching the video today. I hope that you enjoyed the show and the commentary. And keep in mind that the spoiler protection that is going to run for the rest of the video is made possible by all the support on patreon.com. So guys, if you want to support my work, if you want to help me start new projects and keep the spoiler protection in place, please consider heading over to patreon.com/Khaldor. There's also a link in the YouTube description, and check that out. Thanks in advance, and see you guys next time with more esports coverage here on Khaldor TV. Have a great day.